Hello, everybody. My name is Tobisatsu, and welcome to the March Physical Media Haul. There's quite a bit to get to. Bought a lot. It's probably one of my biggest hauls I've had. Very close, if not bigger, than my November haul. So we're gonna be here a little bit. Let's get straight to it. I'll have some chapters you can click on just to skip wherever you want to watch, and yeah, let's go. To start out, I am going to show off just quick my Blu-rays and DVDs I got in New York City. I have made a separate video on that. That's going to be in the description, so be sure to click on that if you want some more like in-depth looks at these products. For now, we're just going to skim through them. The movies I picked up in New York City include Tron Legacy on Blu-ray. Pretty simple. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. The Toho Master Collection editions of Godzilla Raids Again. Mothra vs. Godzilla. And then finally, All Monsters Attack. In this set, the Toho Master Collection is going to be a little bit of a side quest for me to complete in the coming months. And I got the next piece not long after, actually. That being, this is kind of crazy, a sealed copy of Invasion of Astro Monster. Now, this is missing the sticker, which is a bit annoying. So at some point, I'm probably going to get a version that is not sealed. But you can see even here, you've got the Best Buy sticker, which is crazy. And this is sealed. I looked through it and nothing in specific seemed, maybe this right here, seems as though it may have been resealed. So this is a pretty crazy pickup. It comes with the sleeve, which for most of these editions, I want this to be included. So that's pretty good. That marks 4 total out of the 7. So I'm missing, what is it, Ghidorah, Terror of Mechagodzilla, and then Gojira. So pretty good. That's New York City out of the way, so nice and fast, like I said. Leading out, we had quite a doozy this month with thrifting. Went a few times. I had some reasons just to really dig for movies, and I've also been out trying to hunt some Super 7 Godzilla blind boxes. But we found some pretty great deals, my girlfriend and I, so got a few pickups. These are going to be specifically for her here. But we picked up a DVD edition of Ice Princess. She very much likes this movie, so this will be ripped onto the Plex server and ready for watching. As well as Aquamarine, which is actually really cool. It has a movie gallery sticker, which has the address of it, which is not super close to me, but close enough where I don't want to show it. So I'm going to keep that pretty blocked up, but that's Aquamarine. Really cool. I also found for $2, which is a really good deal, with the slipcover, Ted, unrated. I know I think it's a fairly newer 4K that came out, but really for something like this, I don't really need it on 4K. But this came with both the Blu-ray, if you want to take it. I doubt this works, but the ultraviolet code if you want to give that a go. And then, of course, the DVD edition of the film, which for $2, pretty solid. The main reason thrifting went so well is they had quite a bit of Marvel films. I've discussed on this channel prior that I'm not kind of fallen out of Marvel after Infinity War in specific. I think Endgame and forward has been really, really iffy. But these were, I believe, it's $4 to $5 a piece each, around that range. So these were really good deals. Saves me the money of buying them new. Some of them I'm probably going to get rid of, and some of them I'm going to upgrade to 4K at some point. But for now, these will work perfectly. To start, we got the first Deadpool Blu-ray and DVD, which does include, I doubt this will work as well, but if you want to try the digital code, and then the DVD and the Blu-ray. These in specific, I was ecstatic to find. And these look to be the UK releases, so, or some, overseas release. We have the first Iron Man. Again, $4, not bad. The packaging here is like really sturdy, but also hella funky to close. So if I have like an issue closing some of these, my bad. Iron Man 2. I remember having fun with this one as a kid, so I haven't watched this one in a bit. Iron Man I go back to quite often, so. And then Iron Man 3, which I have not watched in quite a bit of time. I watched it once and never touched it again. I'm kind of curious to see if it's any good. I know it's kind of a controversial film. Same with Iron Man 2, really. So at some point I would like to... Here you go. So there's the case. Check this out. And the whole trilogy, honestly. And for what? $12? Really happy to have those. And with that, they also had Captain America, the First Avenger. These are all kind of basic discs, so I won't open them from here. Now, Winter Soldier. And then I was really happy to find this in specific, Civil War. So I'm not actually a gigantic Captain America fan, so I'll for sure hold on to Civil War and the Iron Man films, but I might give out the Winter Soldier and the First Avenger. I know a lot of people hold the Winter Soldier in high regards, so I'll probably give that a watch, and if I really enjoy it, I'll keep that. But for now, all that's going to be going into the collection. Then, later in the month, we had the Criterion 50% off sale. The first item I'm going to show and just kind of breeze through is this copy of Godzilla vs. Biollante. That's because I did a review of it, actually, with the picture and audio, like everything, like a full-on review, where I show off the packaging a bit more there and the insert. So we're going to keep it pretty simple and just get past that. But I did actually pick up quite a few things from the Criterion sale that were separate from that. First off, I'm trying to slowly build up my Guillermo del Toro collection. So we got here Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, just on Blu-ray. So, and much like every Criterion release, you get a nice, put that away for a sec, a nice little booklet, some nice concepts and set photos and stuff. Really cool. I'd be very interested to check this out. I am a huge fan of Del Toro. He is one of my favorite directors working, so very happy to have this. I also got the 4K edition of The Shape of Water, which was, I would say, really my big look onto Del Toro after this won the Oscar. I ended up watching this and I was like enthralled by it. Just something about Del Toro's direction is absolutely fantastic. He makes everything look, I always say, like a storybook. And I think it's incredible that he can do that with just about any film and any genre that he's touching. Even something like Pacific Rim where the colors pop and you get this like otherworldly feel. It's just, I really appreciate Del Toro's work. So I'm very happy to have this on 4K and in a very nice Criterion box or case. Also picked up some Japanese blind buys. This one being Cure. I've heard some good things about this film. I have yet to obviously check it out. Again, it's a blind buy. But I want to try to get into some more foreign cinema, in specific Korean and Japanese. So this will be a good start with that. I still have to touch Memories of Murder at some point. I still haven't, I don't want to say had the time, but I just haven't actually given that a go yet. So soon enough, I'll touch that. And soon enough, I'll get to this. And this was inspired by New York City. I saw someone with a sick sweater with the design of the painting. This is House, which is a comedy horror film. And I've wanted to buy this for a long while. Even with like the Criterion sale it was November, I think they have it, right? Yeah. I wanted to buy it then. I held off, but now that I had the opportunity to again get it at 50% off, and with that divine inspiration from the guy in New York City with the sick ass sweater, so shout out to you, I decided to pick this up. I'm excited to watch this. I probably want to get to this within the next month or two, especially in Cure as well. I really want to start watching through more of my Criterions because I have quite a few. But really happy to have this. Again, that is House. And got that, the 4 of those, excluding Godzilla, for under 100. So very, very happy with that. Next up, I was pretty annoyed with how this worked out, but I picked up 3 films from Gruv, and Gruv, something. I kind of explain why once I show them off. But I got a Blu-ray copy of 8 Mile. And these were all these films added up to $20 because of the, 3 for $20. So they're not expensive buys, so I'm happy about that. But the reason why I'm a bit annoyed. I got King Kong Escapes finally. I've been eyeing this one for a bit, so not too bad to get that. And then Detective Pikachu. I watched this once in theaters. Haven't watched it since. Sonic 3 comes out in April on 4K. And I'm kind of curious to go back and actually check this out and see if it's any good. So that's honestly one of the reasons I was going to hypothetically buy it, and now I have it. And I say hypothetically because these 3 films were technically in my cart in a separate tab when I was on Gruv. The main reason I actually wanted to go to the site, sorry about that, is they had the steelbook for Nosferatu. For whatever reason, I had that in my cart. I was in the final buy it section, bought it, and it linked these 3 items that were in my cart on a separate tab, which I've never had happen before. Tried to talk with Gruv and get these canceled. Instead, they canceled the Nosferatu steelbook. Contacted them again. They said the reason they did it is because the Nosferatu steelbook was out of stock. Which I'm kind of iffy on. I don't think that was truly the case. But these ended up coming anyways. I just didn't feel a need to fight with customer service just because I had emailed them out 3 times within a course of 5 or 6 days. So it's just not happy with how that went through. I kind of want to make a video at some point talking about the difference between buying things at stores and online. And this is a great example of what can go wrong and kind of the annoyance of having to rely on online stores for your physical media. Finally, though, we're actually making good time on this. Holy cow. But for the final chunk here, got a few things for the buy 2, get 1 free deal on Amazon, which is still going. I'm recording this on the 31st. So I might actually get another haul from there, but it's not going to come in time for it to count as March. So but I got a few pieces that I'm really happy about and that I've been wanting. One of those is the Planet of the Apes trilogy. Finally, I've been eyeing this for a while. It jumped back up in price after the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes came out. This sale had it for, I think, $25. And with the other movie and then the 3rd film, it worked out with pricing to make it cheaper. But this comes, of course, with Rise of the Planet of the Apes. A nice little pamphlet also is included, which is cool. I'm not going to fully take that out, but Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which is, in my opinion, the best of the trilogy. And then War of the Planet of the Apes. So pretty cool. Again, this was part of that deal, and the total of the order was $50, which, again, I kept seeing this going for $40, $50 after King of the Planet of the Apes came out, which was a pain. So I am happy to actually have this now for a reasonable price on 4K and Blu-ray. Very happy about that. And obviously, because I got that film, I decided the next best buy to include was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And I'm actually kind of annoyed by this. I got this on 4K in specific. I think I'm happy with the 4K just because I have the other films on 4K. But something that skipped me, and it was kind of in the, I wouldn't even call it fine print because it's pretty obvious. But so you have the theatrical cut on 4K, and then the inside the lens, the raw cut on Blu-ray. What I assume that meant is that they had both that version and the theatrical cut on Blu-ray. But in fact, that's not the case from what I understand. It's only the inside the lens, the raw cut. So it's considered like a bonus disc. So I'm actually going to keep that digital code hidden. But you can see it's the inside the lens, the raw cut, plus bonus extras. And then that's the actual theatrical version. So that was a little annoying. I've never seen it done like that. I mean, I know that a lot of companies are trying to start pushing to only include like 4K discs in their standard releases. So that was kind of an annoying thing to experience, but whatever. I'm happy to have this. I need this for the collection. They're making another one to come out in 2027, so for now it's a quadrilogy, but in 2 years it's going to become a 5-film series. Then the final purchase for the month, Spider-Man No Way Home. They had the Tobey Maguire trilogy out, and I was kind of aiming to actually pick that up, but it was only on Blu-ray, and I do want the films on 4K. And there's the full actual push through. That's really nice. But I also want them in single cases, not a 3-pack, just because I think that'll look nicer on my shelf. But No Way Home's a fun film. I don't think it's an amazing film. I think out of everything past Endgame, I would say it's the best thing that's come out. So the Steelbook's been on and off in price. Again, this is what I would consider the free piece of the Planet of the Apes trilogy and Kingdom. So I'm pretty happy with that. For a final purchase of the month, I'm quite content. It's been a very Marvel-heavy month, surprisingly, but I mean, I'm not going to complain. The films I got are really good, so very content with that. I'm going to get all these films put on the shelf, and then we're going to wrap it up from there. Thank you all so much for stopping in. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, and be sure to let me know in the comments what you picked up this month. And if you really enjoyed, be sure to subscribe. I've got so much more planned for the channel. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Tobisatsu, and I hope that you have a great day.